Section 1. Introduction, a rivalry for the ages. The American-Russian rivalry dominated the latter half of the 20th century. It was a clash of titans, each possessing enough nuclear firepower to obliterate the world many times over. This Cold War, as it came to be known, was characterized by proxy wars, espionage, propaganda, and a relentless arms race. Understanding this era is crucial to grasping the complexities of global politics even today. The seeds of this rivalry were sown in the aftermath of World War II. The United States emerged from the war as a superpower, boasting a formidable military and a robust economy. The Soviet Union, though devastated by the war, had proven its might and emerged with its own ambitions of global dominance. The two nations, once allies against Nazi Germany, found themselves on opposing sides of an ideological divide. Section 2. Nuclear proliferation, a game of brinkmanship. The most alarming aspect of the Cold War was undoubtedly the nuclear arms race. Both the United States and the Soviet Union rapidly developed their nuclear arsenals, culminating in the creation of weapons far more powerful than those used in World War II. The world lived under the constant threat of nuclear annihilation, a chilling reality brought to the forefront during events like the Cuban Missile Crisis. The Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962 brought the world to the brink of nuclear war. The Soviet Union had begun installing nuclear missiles in Cuba, just 90 miles off the coast of Florida. This provocative act sparked a tense 13-day standoff between the two superpowers. Through back-channel diplomacy and tense negotiations, a settlement was reached. The Soviet Union agreed to remove the missiles from Cuba, and the United States, in a secret agreement, promised to withdraw its missiles from Turkey. Section 3. Space race. Reaching for the stars. Fueling competition. The Cold War rivalry extended beyond the Earth's atmosphere and into the vast expanse of space. The space race became another dramatic arena for competition between the two superpowers. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik, the first artificial satellite to orbit Earth. The United States redoubled its efforts, establishing NASA and pouring billions of dollars into its space program. The space race reached its pinnacle in 1969, when American astronaut Neil Armstrong became the first human to set foot on the moon. This triumph was a major propaganda victory for the United States, demonstrating its technological prowess to the world. Section 4. Ideological divide, capitalism versus communism. At the heart of the Cold War lay a fundamental clash of ideologies, capitalism versus communism. The United States, a beacon of democracy and free markets, stood in stark contrast to the communist Soviet Union, a totalitarian state with a centrally planned economy. The United States viewed the Soviet Union as an expansionist power, determined to spread its communist ideology throughout the globe. The Soviet Union in turn saw the United States as an imperialist force seeking to maintain its global dominance through capitalist exploitation. This ideological divide fueled mistrust and animosity between the two superpowers. Both sides engaged in extensive propaganda campaigns to win over global public opinion. The United States promoted the virtues of democracy, freedom, and individual liberty, while the Soviet Union touted the supposed equality and social justice offered by communism. Section 5. Proxy wars, battles fought in the shadows. While the United States and the Soviet Union avoided direct military confrontation, their rivalry played out in numerous proxy wars across the globe. These conflicts were often civil wars in newly independent nations, with each superpower supporting the side aligned with its ideology. The Korean War and the Vietnam War were two of the most significant proxy wars of the Cold War. In both conflicts, the United States intervened to prevent the spread of communism, providing military and economic aid to anti-communist forces. The Soviet Union supported communist regimes and revolutionary movements in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. These proxy wars often destabilized regions, leading to prolonged conflicts and human suffering. Section 6. Conclusion: the enduring legacy of the Cold War. The Cold War finally came to an end in the late 1980s with the collapse of the Soviet Union. A confluence of factors including internal stagnation, economic inefficiency, and growing unrest within the Soviet bloc contributed to its demise. The fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 and the subsequent reunification of Germany symbolized the end of an era. The Cold War had a profound and lasting impact on global politics. It shaped alliances, fueled conflicts, and fostered an atmosphere of suspicion and distrust that lingered even after the Soviet Union's collapse. The legacy of the Cold War continues to influence international relations today, shaping the way nations interact and respond to global challenges. The importance of diplomacy, the dangers of ideological extremism, and the need for international cooperation are as crucial as ever in today's interconnected world.